We're here on MediaCom MC22, and it's the Iowa Heartlanders opposing the Wichita Thunder, and pleased to be joined by head coach and general manager Derek Damon with a break in the action. Derek, the Heartlanders coming off a 3-point week against Wheeling. Some good, some bad. What was your take on the week against the Nailers?
I thought overall it was a solid week. You know, we won one, lost one, and lost one in overtime. I think the general theme coming out of it was we didn't score enough goals to win a game. But we played hard, we played consistent. I haven't seen us defend that way all year, and it was promising steps.
We talked to Kyle Masters at Hockey Hour back a few days ago, and he said that the encouragement from some of the guys, Nico Blatchman, he said kind of encourage the guys to play a little bit more physically, and we talked about that confidence level that can be gained when you have a physical player like that you know has your back. So normally you think of that as guys may be more willing to step up with hits or potentially drop the gloves, but from your estimation, does having a player like that also help with the hard work defensively sometimes?
Yeah, I think just, you know, it engages guys. A guy like Nico kind of brings guys into the fight as far as making sure that guys are competing hard, guys are closing time and space. What I mean by that is basically like if the opponent has the puck, our guys aren't slow to get there to challenge that opposing player. They close that time and space between themselves and the puck fast. And when we're doing that and we're closing time and space quickly, we're playing a real good hockey game.
Again, here with Derek Damon on MediaCom MC22. Heartlanders in Wichita, they've had a bunch of close games in the season series, but looking to get over the hump on a Friday night here. From your perspective on the first few games of the season series, what have been some teachable moments that the guys can pull forward through today?
Yeah, we've got to stick to our game for 60 minutes. These guys will kind of bait you into playing their style of hockey game where, you know, they'll almost lull you to sleep with thinking that it's going to be an easy game up and down, and then all of a sudden they bait you in, and then that's when they attack. So when we've had success this year against them, we've been playing our game plan, which is hard on the forecheck, making sure that we're putting pucks in behind their D and getting in on the forecheck, and that we stick to that game plan for 60 minutes and not let up for any amount of time.
One of the things that Chris Peters and I highlighted off the hop here on the broadcast is that Wichita, you mentioned lulling to sleep, they can really take advantage when you start getting maybe a little bit lazy at neutral ice or you're passing it right to them at neutral ice, which stands true for a lot of teams. But what about the Thunder makes them an especially tough team if you do give the puck away at neutral ice?
Yeah, they've got some game breakers. They've got, you know, Jay Dickman's been in the league for a few years now. Braden Watts, Michael Stanil, guys that really can take advantage, and they're looking to pounce on any kind of miscue or turnover in the middle of the ice that, you know, they're going to go back the other way, and they have the ability to finish. And so if we're managing the puck really well, we're putting pucks in areas, we're not turning it over, we're sticking to the system and sticking to the game plan, then we'll have success. And the key is to do it for 60 minutes, not 50 minutes. And as you've seen when we've played them at various points this season, you know, we'll be in control of the game, and we let up, and that's when they capitalize.
A few questions about some of the new guys. We saw Johnny Sorensen, we talked about on the radio side last week. Jack Perbix, now Riley Hughes is here, and then the Heartlanders made a trade yesterday to bring in a physical defenseman in Matt Broussard. So take us through your thinking, particularly on bringing in Hughes and Broussard.
Yeah, Riley Hughes is a guy that, you know, he's been around the game. He knows how to play hockey. He played 4 years at Northeastern in Hockey East, which is a really good school. And then he did his 5th year at Ohio State. He's got pedigree. His brother plays at Boston University. Again, they've been around the game. They know they're hockey players. They want to be hockey players. He's got a big size. He can skate, and he can shoot the puck. We're anxious to see what he can do professionally. I think the professional game will suit him well. And then Matt Broussard is a guy that has played a little bit in the league now for the last year and change. He's got the ability to run a power play, which is, you know, if you can find a guy that's 6'2" that can scan the blue line like he can and run a power play, that's an added benefit, and gives us a chance to look at him the last 12 games of the year here and see if it's somebody we want to, you know, move forward with. And so we're excited to get him here and see what he can do. And he's got long range and length, and, you know, the guys we've brought in, we feel are all pieces that can help us going forward here this year and next year.
Derek, thanks again for a few minutes. Appreciate it.
Thanks.